She's in every horror film and she's so good. Absolute guilty pleasures. I love those films so much. We've watched it twice.
Kids in horror films, just no, straight away, don't like it.
Yeah, and that is the scariest thing of all. Hi everyone and welcome to another video. I hope you're all doing really well. This is my boyfriend Jay, if you haven't met him before. Maybe you're not a watcher of my vlogs, and if not, why not? Go watch them. But anyway, this is Jay. Because it's Halloween soon and we love all things horror and thriller and creepy and scary and
spooky.
We thought we'd come on and just have a chat about what movies and shows you can watch on Netflix UK right now that are gonna quench your Halloween thirst.
I was gonna go with wet the palate, wet that spooky palate.
Yes, if you want to wet that spooky palate, you're in the right place because we got our pumpkins and we got spooky ass Netflix recommendations. Tell us all your favourite horror film that you can watch on Netflix.
My favourite horror film, and I'm gonna start off strong, and I don't know if you particularly like this film, but I know that I do, is Hereditary.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Why?
It's just too creepy.
Exactly. So in a nutshell, it starts with the grandmother of the family passing away and the son and the daughter kind of unravel secrets about the family. But it's really good, it's really creepy, it scares me, and it takes a lot to scare me in a horror film, so that's why it's my favourite.
Yeah, it does have some creepy scenes and it has that actress in it. What's her name?
I know, but she's really good.
Yes.
Photo there.
She's in everything. She's in every horror film and she's so good. Hereditary is on Netflix UK right now and definitely give that a watch.
So if you're not into spooky films, what would you recommend then?
Okay, I've got one for this. If you're not into super spooky films, I will recommend The Babysitter and The Babysitter Killer Queen. My absolute guilty pleasures. I love those films so much. It's basically about this little boy who is really close with his babysitter, and one day when he goes to sleep, he wakes in the middle of the night and she's doing some sinister stuff in his house with her friends. I don't really want to spoil it, but I would definitely recommend watching that. It's like a horror comedy, it's gory, it's fun, it's not going to scare you too much, it's not like super scary and creepy. So
It's a good like popcorn movie, I would say. Yeah,
so there's two. There's The Babysitter and The Babysitter Killer Queen, and they're both as good as each other. Another one that I really want to recommend is, drum roll, you're going to agree with this one, #Alive, which is a zombie film that you can watch on Netflix right now, and it's really good. It's about this guy who gets caught in his apartment when the zombie apocalypse starts, basically, and he is trapped in there just trying to survive, and the zombies are terrifying.
I think it's hard to make a good zombie film. They're cheesy sometimes, or it's just a bit, when the zombies are a bit more, and it's all a bit more realistic, that's when I enjoy it. When it's more pure survival and the main character's quite creative how they do things, and I feel like this film ticks all those boxes.
It does. It's a really good zombie film. We loved it. Another one that we absolutely love is Hush. I feel like everyone loves this one. I don't know anyone who doesn't like it. It's great. It's about this woman who lives out in the secluded woods and she's deaf. She's going about her everyday life and then someone tries to break in. He comes up to the cabin and starts messing with her, and it's scary. The fact that she's deaf, that adds to the horror.
I know what you're saying.
It's like she can't hear him, so she has to go by all of her other senses, and it's just really well done. I think Hush is a really good one to watch if you're wanting like a spooky Halloween film.
Grounded in realism as well. Just a home invasion type film with a twist.
Yes, that's what scares me the most. Things that could happen in real life. Home invasion kind of thing freaks me out so much, especially when you're out and I'm on my own and I just think about those films and I'm like, oh God, why have I done this to myself?
On the back of that, The Strangers.
Strangers is really scary and also on Netflix right now.
OG Strangers. The sequel's also really good, but the original is hella scary.
People in masks who come into this person's house.
That's literally it. They turn up just because they can.
They turn up, they f it up just because. And that is the scariest thing of all. You do not even have a reason. The Strangers is a solid one. There is also going to be a remake coming out of that with Madeline Pett.
I feel like it doesn't need a a remake. It doesn't need it. It's fine the way it is.
I don't know. I love The Stranger. So anything like around that franchise for me is really, really good. It's one of my favourite horror films, I think. Let's watch it soon. Of course, if you're just wanting a classic horror fix on Netflix, you can go for a Stephen King. So currently on Netflix, Stephen King has Doctor Sleep, which I wasn't a huge fan of, but you really liked.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. It's the sequel to Shining.
The kid.
Yeah.
And he comes back.
He's obviously all growing up because he's Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, basically it's a sequel to The Shining. It's spooky, creepy. It's not my favourite thing ever, but if you're in for a Stephen King, then you'll probably like it. And then the second one that's also on Netflix right now is Pet Sematary.
It's the remake, isn't it?
Yeah, the remake of Pet Sematary is currently on Netflix, and if you're into Stephen King, I would recommend that. Personally, I think the book is better than the film. The remake changed things, and give it a watch if you want to. If you're into Stephen King and you want that kind of vibe around Halloween, if you want a Stephen King fix on Netflix, you can find it, but not a great Stephen King fix, you know. With that said as well, you can also get a couple of the classic slasher films on Netflix. So there's Scream 4, which is my second favourite Scream, and there's Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original Halloween's on there, I think. So you can get all those classic ones on there, but I'm not really going to spend too much time talking about those because we've all heard of them, we all know they exist. But they're on Netflix if you want to watch them.
Netflix original, Fear Street.
Yeah. Fear Street is basically a trilogy. It came out last year, and it's basically a trilogy that links together. It's like an anthology.
It is, and it isn't.
Yeah, like it links. So anyway, it's like 3 different stories. The first one is about serial killers in a mall. The second one is set at a camp, which is my favourite one. I love that, and it stars Sadie Sink, who is... Third one is set in kind of like a
witch trial kind of times.
Era, yeah, and they're all really, really good in their own right. I enjoyed every single one. They came out like one after the other, but now you can just binge them all. And if you've not watched them yet, I would really recommend. They're great. They're really easy watch. Not too like terrifying. Like
teeny horror, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of slasher vibes, which is right up my street because I love a slasher film. And if you don't watch it for the slasher vibes, watch it for Sadie Sink because she's queen. What was your favourite Fear Street film?
The first one. The first one is the best. I know that the camp one's your favourite, but I just think camp horror has been done.
It's so good.
I mean, yeah, it is.
Fun.
It's a fun horror film.
Fun horror watch. We like it, don't we?
We like that film, don't we?
We like it, don't we? We like it.
We like that film. I think these are both Netflix originals. The Silence and Bird Box.
Yes. Bird Box is so good. I've read the book, and the film I preferred.
Oh, over the book?
Yeah, I really liked the film. Bird Box is basically about this kind of, it's like a supernatural presence that when you look at it sends you mad. It's just really well done. So they basically all have blindfolds on, and again it's that kind of horror where it's like you have to use your other senses to kind of fight
the thing.
Yeah, because you can't see it. And to me, like when you can't see the threat, that makes it 10 times more scary. The fear of the unknown for me is really scary, and Bird Box draws on that really well. Silence is kind of the same. Did it come out afterwards? The Silence did? It did, and it was kind of the same. It's where if it hears you, it gets you. The Silence is about, it's kind of like Bird Box, but the opposite with sensors. These creatures who, when they hear you, come after you, so they have to hide away and be super quiet. They can't make a noise or it will get them, and it's really tense. The main character is played by Kiernan Shipka, who I really like as an actress. I recommend that if you're for a tense Halloween watch. Bird Box or The Silence, they're both just as good as each other. Why not watch both? Why not just have the most intense 2 nights of your life and just watch one night and one the next night?
Another one that I really like is Midsummer. I think it's really different in terms of horror film. It's not spooky, scary imagery and things popping out. It's psychological and you've got to pay attention to it. It's not just a switch your brain off for a bit horror film. I just really enjoyed it. It's something a bit different, so it might not be like a casual viewing. So if you're down for some intense psychological slow burn horror.
One that I really like that you're gonna laugh at me for, and I think I'm gonna get so much for this is Countdown. It's really fun. It's not supposed to be funny, but like it's about the characters download this app and it tells them, it's just like a fun game. It's like it tells you when you're gonna die and it has a countdown on it, and when the countdown runs out they actually die, and it's so good. I just think it's like one of those, that's a switch your brain off, fun, scary, horror. It's just really, really good. I enjoyed it. It's not, I know like people are gonna be like, that's not a good film, but
if you want like something like, say, you can just switch your brain off, stick it on.
We've watched it twice.
We have watched it twice.
I think we saw it at the cinema.
We did.
Do you know what? You can actually get the app.
I did not know that.
Yeah, but I'm too scared to download it because I believe it. That could be a fun thing to do with your friends if you're having a Halloween party or something. Watch the film, download the app, find out when it's the end. Another film that we really enjoy that is currently on Netflix is Run. This one is about the people you love the most turning against you, which is terrifying in its own right. Yeah, you think you know someone, but really you know nothing about them. This is about a mother and daughter, and the daughter finds out that her mother has been faking the daughter's illness to keep her in the nest. But it's very tense film, very scary, could happen in real life, which freaks me out. It checks all the boxes, and it also stars Sarah Paulson as the mother, who is such a good actress. She's great in horror films, great in series, and we actually are moving on to series now, so we can talk about Sarah Paulson in Ratched. Is it Ratched or Ratched?
I think it's Nurse Ratched.
It's a great series. It's about this nurse who goes to work in this hospital with mental patients, where they're lobotomizing patients.
It's super creepy, and she's so good in it.
Yes, and it's kind of has like American Horror Story vibes. So if that's a series that you've enjoyed, watch it because it's really, really worth a watch.
It's up there with Haunting of Hill House for me, I would say.
Yes, another great series that you can watch on Netflix right now, Haunting of Hill House. Everyone's heard of it, everyone's mother's heard of it. And also Haunting of Bly Manor to go along with that. I actually preferred Haunting of Bly Manor to Haunting of Hill House. I loved Laura. I loved the little girl Flora. I thought she was so creepy, and she's just such a good actress.
You thought she was creepy?
Yes, I just thought she was like, I don't know, it's like her being English makes her scary.
Kids in horror films, just no, straight away, don't like it.
Yes, and she's just such a good actress. She's really great. I don't know where they found her, but she is incredible. She made the series.
So you could say that she was perfectly splendid.
Perfectly splendid. If you know, you know. Another great show that is currently on Netflix that you could watch over the Halloween period is All of Us Are Dead. This is a zombie school
survival thing.
It's about this school, and a zombie apocalypse breaks out in the school, and the students are basically just fighting for their lives. These zombies are really scary, I'm gonna say.
The ones that run.
It's like when they turn to a zombie, their bodies click, and it freaks me out so much. It's like just the way they move, and they're fast. Yeah, if a zombie runs, nope, I'm out of there. Like I'm literally out of there. If there was a zombie apocalypse, I would want the zombies to be slow.
Like Day of the Dead.
Yeah, because otherwise I'm dead in a second. When they run, it's a no, and the zombies in All of Us Are Dead are
fast.
They are scary. I would be terrified if I was those students. Give it a watch.
We've also just finished Devil in Ohio, and I think that's probably one of the newer horror series on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a slow burn, but it's something that you don't really see pop up too often, I would say. It's about a girl that's taken in by a family, and they're kind of bringing her back into society because she ran away from where she was before, in a nutshell. And as the series goes on, you kind of find out more about her and where she came from.
It's creepy. Yeah, it's creepy vibes. And do you know what? It has those autumnal vibes where like you just want to watch it with a candle on, and you want to put a blanket on and like just cozy up and watch it. It's really creepy. It has good twists, I think.
Yeah, I would say so.
And we would recommend it. We watched it not long ago, so it's super fresh in our minds, and it's pretty new, so you might not have seen it yet, but definitely give that a watch. We actually came across this one because we clicked that thing on Netflix that was like...
Surprises,
yeah. And we just got hooked straight away, and we just kept watching it, and we really loved it. Season 2, please. Another show that is on Netflix that I haven't heard anyone that I know talk about is Slasher. This is like an anthology. It has the same kind of actors in it every season, but every season is a different story, a bit like American Horror Story, but it's a slasher. So they get killed off one by one. Just a really good show. There's one specific season that I can remember was set in a log cabin, and it was creepy. Again, it's just about a killer going after people basically, but it's that like...
It's kind of like a whodunit.
Yeah, it's like a whodunit, fast, slasher, gory.
Just ticks all the boxes.
Yeah, it's like cheap thrills. You're gonna have a good time. What it says on the box, it's a slasher, and we really enjoyed watching it, didn't we? It's a good one. So with these last couple of ones, I just want to chuck in some more light-hearted Halloween films. If you are not into scary vibes at all and just want something really fun to watch, Halloween vibes, like chiller Halloween films, I want to recommend Hubie Halloween, which is a really fun one with Adam Sandler. It's actually, I feel so sorry for Hubie. It's about this guy who is just such a lovely guy going about the town, and he loves Halloween, and it's basically just about his life. It's like a comedy. It's very funny. Yeah, I would recommend it as a good Halloween watch if you want something chill.
Probably something you could watch with younger,
yeah,
like kids.
you could watch it with kids. I think there might be some adult comedy in there, but they might not understand that. The other one I quickly really want to recommend is Day Shift with Jamie Foxx. I don't think you've seen this one yet.
I've not seen this.
It's a vampire film. It's about this vampire hunter, and it's just a comedy again. Snoop Dogg is in it, so you know it's going to be good, and it's just a really chill, fun watch, and actually I think we should watch it for Halloween this year. Anyway, the camera's overheating, which means that we've been rambling for way too long. We're gonna leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. See all my future content. Let us know if you watch any of these films, and please let us know if you have any recommendations. You can put them in the comments and we will be sure to watch them. Have an amazing day or evening, depending on where you are, and we will see you in
the next one.
Bye guys!